Elementary transformation of a matrix. A matrix can be transformed to another matrix by certain operations called elementary operations, and the elementary operations are row and column operations. The elementary operations are elementary row and column operations are first one is interchanging of any two rows or columns. Interchanging of any two rows or columns. The interchanging of ith and jth row is denoted by Ri interchanged with Rj. The second one is replacing a row or column of the matrix by non-zero scalar multiple. The multiplication of each element of ith row by a non-zero scalar lambda is denoted by the ith row replaced by a non-zero scalar multiple lambda is lambda Ri. The third one is replacing a row or column of the matrix by sum of the row with a non-zero scalar multiple of another row. Non-zero scalar multiple of another row. And the addition of ith row, a non-zero constant lambda multiple of jth row is denoted by Ri replaced as Ri plus lambda Rj. Equivalent matrices. Two matrices A and B of same order are said to be equivalent to one another if one can be obtained from the other by the application of elementary transformation. Symbolically, we can write A equivalent to B. For example, consider a matrix A having the elements 1, 2, 3, 1, and we are going to find the another matrix B by the elementary transformation. The elementary transformation is replacing row 2 as sum of the row 1 and row 2. Then we get row 1 is 1, 2, and then the row 2 is sum of the row 1 and row 2, 4, 3. This is matrix A and this is matrix B, that is obtained by the application of elementary transformation. Then we can say A equivalent B. The transformation need not to be equal to the given matrix. Row echelon form. A transformation of a given non-zero matrix to a simplified form by using the row elementary operations is called row echelon form. Zero rows and non-zero rows. In a matrix, a row whose elements are completely zero, then we can say that is zero rows. If it is not completely zero, then it is non-zero rows. For example, consider matrix A having the elements 6 0 minus 1 0 0 1 0 0 0. The row 3 is zero row and the row 2 and the row 1 is non-zero row. Definition 1.5. A non-zero matrix is said to be row echelon form if all zeros of E, consider the matrix E, occur below every non-zero rows of E. The second one, the first non-zero element in any row I of E occurs in the jth column of E, then all other entries in the jth column of E below the first non-zero element of row I are zeros. The third one is the first non-zero entry in the ith row of E lies to the left of the first non-zero entry in the I plus 1th row of E. For example, consider a matrix E which is in row echelon form having the elements 1, 2, 3, 0, minus 3, minus 2, 0, 0, 0. This is in a row echelon form. The first condition is all zero rows of E occur below every non-zero rows. So this is zero rows, it is occurs below every non-zero rows. And the second one is the first non-zero element in any row. Consider the first non-zero element in first row and first column, then below to the elements, below to that first non-entry element, all the elements are 0. The third one is the first non-zero entry in the first row of E lies to the left of second non-zero entry in the I plus 1th row. This is I plus 1th row, this is ith row, and I plus 1 and I plus 2. Then it is I plus 1th row, then the first non-zero entry lies left to the I plus 1th row. Method to reduce a matrix Aij with order m by n to a row echelon form. Step 1. Consider a matrix with order 3 by 3. Then check the first row. If it is 0 row, then the row is interchanged with other non-zero rows. If A11, the first element in the first row, A11 is not equal to 0, then go to step 2. Otherwise, if A11 is equal to 0, then interchange the first row with any other row below the first row which has non-zero element in the first column, If row below the first row has non-zero entry in the first column, consider A12. If A12 is not equal, then go to step 2. Otherwise, interchange the row 1 with any other row below the first row as non-zero element in the second column. If no row below the first row has non-zero entry in the second column, then consider A13. Proceeding this, we get a non-zero entry in the first row is called pivoting, and the first non-zero entry is called pivot. And then step 2 is use the first row and the elementary row operations to transform all the elements under the pivot become 0. So if A11 not equal to 0, this is a pivot. Then we have to use the elementary transformation to make 0 of all the elements under the pivot. So A21 and A31, we have to use the elementary transformation to make it 0. And then step 3 is consider, when you complete the first one, then consider the next row as the first row, next row as the first row, and repeat the step 1 and step 2. Rank of a matrix is the order of a highest order non-vanishing minor. For this we have to recall the minor and submatrix once again. A submatrix is a matrix obtained by deleting some rows and some column of a matrix is called a submatrix. For example, consider a matrix A having the elements 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 2, 6, 0, 4, and we have to delete its row and column. Then we have the following elements here. This is a submatrix of A, and the determinant value of the submatrix is minor. The value is 4 minus 0 is equal to 4. This is the minor value of the submatrix. The rank of matrix is denoted by rank of A, and the zero matrix, the rank of zero matrix is 0. In a rank of matrix we have some important note. The first one is, if a matrix contains at least one non-zero element, then its rank is greater than or equal to 1. The second one is the rank of identity matrix of order n. The rank of identity matrix of order n is equal to n. The third one is, if the rank of a matrix A is R, if the rank of a matrix A is R, then there exists at least one minor of A of order R is not vanished, and every minor of A of order R plus 1 is vanishes. Third and fourth one is, if A is an order of m by n matrix, A is an order of m by n matrix, then the rank of A less than or equal to a minimum of m comma n. Minimum of m comma n is equal to minimum of m comma n. The fifth one is, a square matrix A of order n as inverse if and only if rank of A is equal to n. Rank of a matrix by row echelon form. Why we need this? Finding the rank of a matrix by searching highest order non-vanishing minor is quite boring. So there is another easy method for finding the rank of matrix. even if the order of a matrix is high. This method is computing the rank of a matrix by row echelon form. If a matrix is in a row echelon form, then all the entries below the leading diagonal are 0. The rank of a matrix in a row echelon form is the number of non-zero rows. Elementary matrix is defined as a matrix which is obtained from an identity matrix by applying only one elementary transformation. For example, consider a matrix A, that is identity matrix 1 0 0 1, then applying only one elementary transformation, that is R2 can be replaced as R1 plus lambda R2. Then we have 1 0 and then 1 lambda. This matrix is called an elementary matrix, that is obtained from a matrix by only one elementary row operation. Theorem 1.13. Every non-singular matrix can be transformed to an identity matrix by sequence of elementary row operations. For example, consider a matrix A having the elements 2 minus 1 3 4, and when we are using an elementary row operation, this become an identity matrix as 1 0 0 1 by elementary operations. Cauchy-Jordan method. Transforming a non-singular matrix A to the form of identity In by applying elementary row operation is called Cauchy-Jordan method. This method is using to obtain A inverse of a matrix. The steps in finding A inverse by Cauchy-Jordan method are: Step 1. Find the augment matrix by adding the identity In on the right side of A. Let a matrix A, then its augmented matrix is A augment with In. Step 2. Obtain the elementary matrices E1, E2, etc. Ek such that Ek etc. up to E2 and E1 with the product of A is equal to In. Apply these elementary matrices E1, E2, etc. Ek on augment matrix, then Ek etc. E2, E1 into A augment with Ek etc. E2 into E1 to In, that is In augment with A inverse. For easy understanding, we can say in augment matrix, when you change this A with elementary matrices into identity matrix, then the identity matrix automatically change into A inverse. IN augment with A inverse.